Sweating to the truth, nothing but the truth. Put my hands on the Bible, y'all point me to the booth. Sweating to the truth.
Yo, what's going on, man? So we got Charleston White with Dwaine Caraway on his podcast called The Other Side. And Charleston White gives us his perspective about Donald Trump. Now, I'll be the first to say, I don't agree with everything Charleston White says and does. However, I do agree with him on a lot of things. I truly see his heart and his passion behind a lot of things. And aside from the things that I don't agree with, I do believe that he does want to see the black community prosper and flourish, and just people in general. But without further ado, let's tap in.
Because I'm a diehard Trump supporter. In my household, you got Martin Luther King, you got Jesus, and you got Donald Trump.
Wait a minute.
Not in that particular order, but yeah, you got Martin Luther King, Jesus, and Donald Trump.
Why you got Donald Trump? You know, well, I'm a straight Democrat, but I'm for the best person.
Yes,
but
sir.
now, why you got Donald Trump?
Because I paid attention in school when I was a kid, and so I know the true history of both the Republican and Democratic Party. I know that they really didn't switch during the Nixon Southern strategy. That one became more clever than the other in dealing with black people. We the Democrats, we got away. We were the Republicans' friends. We was their friends, but we were the Democrats. When you look at the origins of the Ku Klux Klan, it originated out of the Democratic Party.
The Ku Klux Klan.
It did.
Okay.
Every civil rights legislation that ever has been passed in this country was authored, written, sponsored, and voted on 100% by Republicans and not Democrats. Every civil rights legislation.
Well, what you gonna do?
So let me ask you about Trump.
Right.
So as a kid, I remember being 6, 7 years old and seeing Donald Trump receiving an award with Muhammad Ali, Rosa Parks from the NAACP. Not only that, he engaged and interacted in our culture from the 80s throughout the 90s and even the 2000s, from rappers to Michael Jackson. So when we looked out into our culture, his face appeared many, many times. So for me to grow up now and then hear the media, because before the media started saying he was racist, I never heard a black leader say it. I never heard my grandmother say it. I never heard no one even mention anything bad about him other than rappers giving him praise in over 300 to 600 rap songs. So for the media to say, oh, he's racist, I knew they were playing con on us. And I can remember when America was great. I can remember when black children could play outside all day long and you didn't hear about kids being kidnapped. You didn't hear about drive-by shootings. I remember when black people celebrated Juneteenth. We ate together on Sunday. That was great during those times. So I remember when America was great. And you talking to a 46-year-old man who's first generation kid who got to experience Dr. King's dream of going to school and holding hands and living next door to white people. Black people really didn't do that in the 70s. They done it in the 80s when I grew up.
Y'all remember that old Gotti and Gucci song?
Let me take them to school.
Because that's definitely what he did, bro. I'm going to just pop it off by saying off top, that man is not racist. And I know I'm going to get flack. Man, I don't care. Bring it. I get it all the time. That man is not racist. They just say that because he not pushing that LGBTQ stuff like the Dems in Hollywood and the global elite. So they got to come up with something to make him look bad. And they know homophobic, although he isn't. They know homophobic won't suffice. So they use the term racist because of the history of our country. But I guarantee you, bro, if Donald Trump was pushing that stuff like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and them, they would not have an issue with Trump. I guarantee it. But because he isn't going along with the agenda, they gotta play the race card to manipulate the minds of people, to discourage people from voting him, and to make anybody that does vote for him look like a racist or a coon. And if we just being honest, bro, the Dems just use black people to push the LGBTQ agenda. That's it. If people gonna say Trump hasn't done anything for black people, we gotta be honest to say Joe Biden hasn't, Kamala Harris hasn't, Barack Obama hasn't, the Clintons haven't. But guess who Biden and who Obama has done things for? Ding, 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 the LGBTQ community. And they continue to pass legislation to this day. So people can really miss me with that. But all this that I said reminds me of what Bizzle said in his song called Bamboozle. He said, Trump was their buddy. They all got money. Before he ran for president, these same folks loved him. I wonder what changed though. Is it because he racist or wouldn't like the White House up like a rainbow? You don't find it funny that the same Grammys and Oscars we call racist claim to hate him because of that? A whole industry that promotes evil consistently. Now they hate evil and shame people who disagree. Some of that he bring on himself, and so do Yedo, talking about Kanye. But you can't meet with him, agree with him, or say his name though. They call you a coon, Uncle Tom, and say you ain't black. You wonder why Joe Biden feel comfortable enough to say that.
Figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Isn't that the same way they used to manipulate cats, calling you homophobic when you don't agree with their plans? Black folks running the same plays the gays ran because black lives didn't matter until we shook their hands. Then it was first gay NFL player back black. Then it was first gay NBA player back. Then they had a wedding at the Grammys presented by him and a black rapper. And guess who officiated that? A black woman. They use our oppression as a tool for protection and sympathy as a weapon. Bro, tell me that man ain't spit. Tell me that man ain't sliding on that track, bro. Nah, that man ain't racist, man. That man ain't racist. I'm a firm believer in that. He just speak his mind, and black people don't like that. Black people don't like that. And I understand, I get it, because there's times when white people say things that it's not racist. They just hold people accountable. And oftentimes I cringe because I used to think that same way. Hey man, that's racist. Nah, they just holding you accountable. And we don't like that. But it's crazy because if they call us, if they hold us accountable, then they call racist. If we hold our own people accountable, we call a coon. Now, we know what racism is. Well, some of us should, but in the same way that his song is called Bamboozle, I'm going to tell you all, don't be bamboozled. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. And I can say that because I'm a black man. See, if a white person said that, y'all would call that racist. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Read between the lines. The Democrats are only using our people to push their LGBTQ agenda. They don't care anything about black people, not one bit. And they're pushing the LGBTQ agenda for a whole bigger purpose. And I won't get into all that because that's a whole different subject for a whole nother day. But Trump is for America and its inhabitants, all the people. He wants to see all the people flourish. Everybody. The Dems don't. Well, they do, but in their own weird, sick, twisted, and perverted way. But man, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. As always, peace, love. I'm out.
Swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. Put my hands on the Bible, y'all point me to the booth. Swear to tell the